this is Newsline. I'm Michael Chagani. Tonight, someone who's been in the news lately a lot, Fanny Law, C.Y. Leung, Chief of Staff during the transition. Thank you, Fanny Law, for being on the show. I think you haven't been here for a long, long time. Certainly not during my time. but now you're, as I said, you're now running C.Y. Leung's transition. Yes. You helped him also during the campaign, a successful campaign, and now you're part of that transition team, but you won't be part of the government team.
Yes.
After all that help you gave C.Y. Leung, yes, you won't be helping in the government. Surely you must be disappointed with that.
Why? Why should I be disappointed? Because
that was him win the election.
That was my decision from day one. I told C.Y. I wanted to help him because I want Hong Kong to succeed, and I see a lot of potential in him, and I subscribe to his vision, so I helped him. And in fact, the next day after his declaration, the declaration of his candidacy, the reporters interviewed me, and I said I would not join the government because I enjoy my retirement.
But what sense is there to spend all these months working so hard and upward struggle for C.Y. Leung, and then helping him get the top job, and then not putting your expertise in it when he runs Hong Kong?
I can always help him from the outside.
Are you going to do that?
I feel that there is much more freedom from outside.
Yeah. How are you going to help him from the outside?
Well, we have set up a supervisory group to monitor him to ensure that he really delivers on all his pledges in the manifesto.
Are you running that group?
Well, that's an informal group. That is the campaign team.
And you'll be running that team even after he takes office?
Yes.
Monitoring him?
Monitoring him.
That's interesting.
Exactly.
But you know what, one of the reasons why, this may be a bit difficult for you, one of the reasons why you're not in the government, that's the speculation out there, is because you had a lot of controversy. When you were in the government, you were the ICAC Commissioner, and then before then you were the Permanent Secretary for Education.
Yes.
And then during the time there were allegations of interference in academic freedom. And so
but I was exonerated by the court.
Very much so.
Yes.
But that is a stigma.
Yeah.
And that is why you're not in the government. That's what some people say, that people won't accept you. Do you find that Hong Kong people are too unforgiving? That was a long time ago.
Well, I would rather put it the other way. I really don't like politics.
You don't like politics? You ran the campaign of the man who's now our chief executive, and you're helping this transition team, and you don't like politics?
Yeah, exactly. I hate politics because many of these people that I met are so preposterous and not genuine. So, but I'm in it for CY, but I really don't want to get involved more deeply than I want to
name some of those people?
No. I'm a Christian, so.
That's funny. You would say that some of the people you met in the political circle are preposterous in what way? I'm curious.
Well, or they are not genuine.
That's politics.
They say, well, I know. That's why I don't like it. I'm a Christian, and I believe in honesty. And a person who is too principled and honest may not be a good politician.
So you don't think you're a good politician?
I don't think I'm a good politician. I'm just too straightforward.
There seems to be a lot of Christians in Hong Kong. Stephen Lam is a Christian, and he has to leave government. You think that's got anything to do with it?
Well, I don't think so. He has his own choice, and I think it's a wise choice for him. And good for him, too.
You think so, huh?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I want to talk to you about C.Y. Leung's government restructuring, which is now, you're facing an uphill struggle with that. But, you know, that's going to be another one of your primary duties during the transition, to get this thing through the Legislative Council so that he can step in on July the 1st and have his team in place. Before I go to that, I just want to ask you one more question. You were the Permanent Secretary for Education. We have this huge education row in Hong Kong now between the government and the book publishers over pricing and how books should be given to schools. You know, speaking as a former education chief, are publishers being too unreasonable? That's the general feeling out there.
I don't have a grip on the detailed figures, but I think there are arguments on both sides because the publishers also face a lot of changes as a result of the curriculum reform, They have now have to produce new textbooks with electives. So to them, they feel that the cost of production, in particular the development cost, has gone up a lot. In fact, they have come to CY Leung during the campaign to put forward their side of the story. And they have also produced surveys by an independent institution which found that parents actually spend much more on extracurricular activities than on textbook alone. And they feel that they are not overcharging the parents. But of course, we have to look at the other side of the story is every year parents have to bear higher cost of textbooks. And clearly, we have to bring the two sides together so that they can see each other's point of view much more clearly. And this is also one of the subjects that have been included in CY's manifesto.
But it seems like
we have to create a platform to bring the two sides together.
Seems like you're more sympathetic to its publishers from the way you talk.
Oh, yeah. I think I heard their voice during the campaign.
And when they saw CY, was CY sympathetic to them and their cause, the publishers?
As I said, we heard one side of the story, and we see that there is some merit in their argument, but we haven't seen the figures. So the publishers will also have to be more transparent in the cost that they have to bear. What are the implications of debundling the textbook with the materials, the teaching materials? One of the additional costs arising from that is that they have to pay for IP as a result of debundling, because you're selling the teaching resources rather than giving them away free. When it's free, then you get the materials also free from the IP holder or the copyright holder.
So is Michael Swin, the Education Secretary, doing the right thing now in confronting
I cannot
the
comment. I cannot comment because probably they have been in discussion with the publishers much more. But I also feel that parents and teachers and principals need to face the publishers, and we should bring them together so that they can exchange views in the same forum and not through EDB.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to move on to your huge problem you have here with the government structure. You know, that the feeling out there, Fanny Law, is that you're rushing it.
Not at all.
Why?
Not at all.
Why can't you just wait a few more months?
Not at all. If we compare the time frame this year with the restructuring in 2007, actually we follow essentially the same timeline and also the same process. We have not skipped any single process. In 2007, the government submitted a paper to LegCo in early May. We did the same. The first meeting was held on 8th of May, and yesterday, on Thursday, we had the first meeting. On Wednesday, we had the first meeting, which is the 9th of May. So in terms of time frame, we follow exactly what the government has done in 2007. The implications of a widespread consultation is that if we don't have the whole team together, sworn in on the 1st of July.
But do you have to have the whole team there on the 1st of July?
Indeed, we have, because we have to.
You can wait till after CY Leung is sworn in and then move on with it.
Think of the disruption. Think about this. We have maybe half of the team coming from outside the government, at least a few, and then they need to have a period to envision what they will do in the coming years. So this vision alignment is very important for the new government. Not to mention, there are a number of issues which are really at the core of public concern, which the new administration will need to start work.
But these public concerns, you can wait a few months. That's what the Democrats are saying.
Well, consider if we now have a candidate who comes in with the mindset that he will be in charge of, say, planning, land, and housing. And then suddenly you put him in charge of housing and transport. And then 6 months later, they will swap the portfolio again. Think about the disruption.
But you know, the alternative to that, I take your point, but the alternative to that is that people feel that, now this is what I'm repeating, that Mr. CY Leung won in a small circle election. He didn't get too many votes in the election committee. Therefore, he does not have a public mandate at large, yet he wants to bulldoze his way through And I've read people say whatever CY he wants to get, and that's just not on. And you are talking here about money, which is a very sensitive issue at this time, because you're asking for more money for more bureaucrats.
This is not the first time in Hong Kong's history that we have government reorganization. Neither did the colonial government consult on government reorganization.
That's true.
And in fact, the two reorganizations that we had after 1997, there was no widespread public consultation, because this is basically an administrative measure.
Have changed. The political awareness in Hong Kong is a lot higher these days.
But
when you say you want to create a new job and it's going to cost $300,000 or whatever it is a month, they say, whoa, that's a lot of money.
To be frank, I have been sounding out people in the street, and what they care more is that the new government should get on with this work. I don't care how you reshuffle the government, but give me what I want.
Or how much you pay these bureaucrats.
Again, 70 million.
A bit over $70 million.
A bit over $70 million is less than 1% of the existing salary bill of the government secretariat.
So you think it's money well spent?
Exactly. I think the return from this investment is far greater than what people currently think.
Well, what do you think of the chances that it'll get through? Are you able to convince the Democrats that they should vote for these funds and approve this?
Well,
they seem dead set against it.
They will have to listen to the voice of the people. And I think there will be public opinion surveys to see how people think, and CY will go out to meet the people in various districts.
He's going to do that soon.
And in fact, we have met with the civil service unions and also various district council chairmen, and also local organizations, and also district personnel.
But having if you get this package, you're going to have to deliver.
Indeed.
You're going to have to deliver. If they say, okay, you can have these guys at this salary, you're going to have to deliver.
Yes, and that is the point when the public should be monitoring CY to see whether his government will deliver, but not block his idea at this point.
Okay, we'll pick it up after the break. Don't go away. See you soon.